matter in these signs, these profound heeds. You must translate to fitly understand. Where is your son?
Ah, my lord, what I have seen tonight.
What, Gertrude? How does Hamlet?
Mad, as the sea and wind when both contend which is the mightier. In his lawless fit, behind ours, hearing something stir, whips out his dagger, cries, "A rat! A rat!" And in this brainish apprehension, kills the unseen good old man.
Oh, heavy deed. Alas, how shall this bloody deed be answered? It will be laid to us. Where is he gone?
To draw apart the body he hath killed.
Oh, Gertrude, come away. The sun no sooner shall the mountains touch, but we will ship him hence. And this vile deed, with all our majesty and skill, both countenance and excuse. Ho! Guildenstern! Friends, both, go seek you some further aid. Hamlet in madness hath Polonius slain, and from his mother's closet hath he dragged him. Go seek him out, speak fair, and bring the body into the chapel. And pray you, hasten this. Gertrude, come. We'll call up our wisest friends and let them know both what we mean to do and what's untimely done. Come away. My soul is full of discord and dismay.
My lord, what have you done with the dead body?
Compounded it to dust, whereto 'tis kin.
Tell us where it is, that we may take it thence and bear it to the chapel.
Do not believe it,
Believe what?
that I can keep your counsel and not mine own. Besides, to be demanded of a sponge, what replication should be made by the son of a king?
Take you me for a sponge, my lord.
Aye, one that soaks up the king's countenance, his rewards, his authorities. But such officers do the king best service in the end. He keeps them like an ape in the corner of his jaw, first mouthed to be last swallowed. When he needs what you have gleaned, it is but squeezing you, and sponge, you shall be dry again.
I understand you not, my lord.
I'm glad of it. A knavish speech sleeps in a foolish ear.
My lord, you must tell us where the body is, and go with us to the king.
The body is with the king. But the king is not with the body. The king is a thing.
A thing, my lord.
Of no thing. Bring me to him.
How now? What hath befallen?
Where the dead body is bestowed, my lord, we cannot get from him.
But where is he?
Without, my lord, guarded, to know your pleasure.
Bring him before us.
Ho, Guildenstern, bring in, my lord!
Now, Hamlet, where is Polonius?
Ooh, at supper.
At supper, where?
Not where he eats, where he is eaten. A certain convocation of politic worms is even at him.
Where is Polonius?
In heaven. Seek for him hither. If your messenger find him not there, look for him in the other place yourself. But indeed, if you find him not within the month, you will nose him as you go up the stairs into the lobby.
In there. Hamlet.
He will stay till you come.
This deed for thine especial safety, which we do tenderly grieve, but that which thou hast done must send thee hence with fiery quickness. Therefore, prepare thyself. The bark is ready, the wind in helm, the associates tend, and everything is bent thy loving father, Hamlet.
My mother. Father and mother is man and wife. Man and wife is one flesh. So, my mother. Farewell, mother! Come to England!
Tempt him with speed aboard, delay it not. I'll have him hence tonight, for everything is sealed and done that else leans on this affair. I pray thee, make haste. And England, if my love thou hold'st at aught, our sovereign process doth import at full, by letters congruing to that effect. The present death of Hamlet. Do it, England! For like the hectic in my blood he rages, and thou must cure me till I know 'tis done. Howe'er my haps, my joys were ne'er begun.
What would she have?
She speaks much of her father, says she hears there's tricks in the world and hems and beats her heart, speaks things in doubt that carry but half sense. Her speech is nothing, yet the unshaped use of it doth move the hearers to collection.
Let her come in. To my sick soul, sin's true nature is. Each toy seems prologue to some great amiss. So full of artless jealousy is guilt. It spills itself in fearing to be spilled.
Where is the beauteous majesty of Denmark?
How now, Ophelia?
How should I your true love know from another one? By his cockle, hat and staff, and his sandal shoon.
Sweet lady, alas, what imports this song?
Say you, nay, pray you, mark. He is dead and gone, lady. He is dead and gone. At his head a grass green turf, at his heels a stone.
Alas, my lord.
How do you, pretty lady?
Well, God ard you. They say the apple was a baker's daughter. My lord, we know what we are, but know not what we may be. God be at your table.
Seat upon her father, pretty Ophelia.
Indeed, la, without an oath, I'll make an end on it.
How long has she been thus?
I hope all will be well. We must be patient. But I cannot choose but wait. To think they should lay him in the cold ground. My brother shall know of it. And so I thank you for your good counsel. Come, my coach. Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night. Good night.
Follow her close, give her good watch, I pray. Oh, this is the poison of deep grief. It springs all from her father's death. When sorrows come, they come not single spies, but in battalions. First her father slain. Next your son is gone. Last, and as much as containing all these, her brother is in secret come from France.
Lack, what noise is this?
What is the matter?
Save yourself, my lord. 'Tis some lair, 'tis a riotous head.
Hold that vile king! Give me my father!
Calmly, good Laertes.
What is the cause, good Laertes? Tell me, why art thou thus incensed?
Where is my father?
Dead.
But not by him.
Let him demand his fill.
How came he dead? I'll not be tumbled with to hell. Allegiance, vows to the blackest devil, conscience and grace to the profoundest pit. I dare damnation! To this point I stand, that both the worlds I give to negligence. Let come what comes, only I'll be revenged most thoroughly for my father.
Who shall stay?
My will, not all the world, and for my needs I'll husband them so well they shall go far with little.
Good laird, if you desire to know the certainty of your dear father's death, is written your revenge that swoopstakes you will draw both friend and foe, winner and loser.
None but his enemies.
Will you know them then?
To his good friends, the swine, I'll ope my arms.
That I am guiltless of your father's death, and am most sensibly in grief for it. It shall as level to your judgment pierce, as day doth to your eye.
Ye dry up my brains. Tears 7 times I'll burn the sense and virtue of mine eye. By heaven, thy madness shall be paid by weight till our skill turn the beam. O Rose of May, dear mate, kind sister, sweet Ophelia.
They would have been placed on the bier. Hey, nonny, nonny, hey, nonny. And in his grave many a tear. Fare you well, my dove.
Hadst thou thy wits and didst pursue revenge, it could not move thus.
There's rosemary. That's for remembrance. Pray, love, remember. There's a pansy. That's for thoughts.
Documented madness.
There's one for you, and Columbine, and Rue for you, and some for me. We may call it her grace a Sunday. Oh, you must wear your Rue with a difference. There's a daisy. I would have given you violets. They withered all when my father died. They say he made a good end.
Found an affliction, passion, hell itself she turns to favor into prettiness.
And will he not come again? And will he not come again? No! No! He's dead! Go to thy dead bed. He never will come again. His beard as white as snow. Oh, flaxen was his poll. He's gone! He is gone. And we cast away moan. God, have mercy on his soul. And for all Christian souls, I pray God, God, be with you!
Do you see this, oh God?
Mary, I must commune with your grief. Will you deny me right? Go but apart. Make choice of whom your wisest friends you will, and they shall hear and judge twixt you and me. If by direct or by collateral hand they find us touched, we will our kingdom give, our crown, our life, and all that we can ours, to you in satisfaction. But if not, be you content to lend your patience to us, and we shall jointly labor with your soul to give it due content.
Let this be so. His means of death, his obscure funeral, no trophy, sword, no hatchment of his bone, no more right, no formal ostentation, cry to be heard as from heaven to earth. That I must call in question.
And so you shall, and where the offense is, let the great axe fall. I pray, go with me.
What is he that would speak with me?
The sailor, sir. He says he has a letter for you.
Well, let him come in. I do not know from what part of the world I should be greeted, if not from Lord Hamlet.
God bless you, sir.
Let him bless thee too.
He shall, sir, and to please him. I've a letter for you, sir, come from the ambassador that was bound for England. If your name be Horatio, which I'm glad to know that it is.
Horatio. Thou shalt have overlooked this. Give this fellow some means to the king. He has a letter for him. Ere we were 2 days old at sea, a pirate of very warlike appointment gave us chase. Finding ourselves too slow of sail, we put on a compelled vow, and in the grapple I boarded them. On the instant, they got clear of our ship, so I alone became their prisoner. They have dealt with me like thieves of mercy, but they knew what they did. I am to do a good turn for them. Let the king have the letter I have sent, and repair thou to me with as much speed as thou wouldst fly death. I have words to speak in thine ear will make thee dumb. This good fellow will bring thee where I am. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern hold their course for England. Of them I have much to tell thee. Farewell. He that thou knowest thine, Hamlet. Come, I will make you wait for this your letter, and do it the speedier, that you may direct me to him from whom you brought it.
Now must your conscience my acquaintance seal, and you must put me in your heart for friend. So if you have heard, and with a knowing ear, that he which hath your noble father slain pursued my life.
Well appears. But tell me why you proceeded not against these feats.
The queen, his mother, lives almost by his looks, and for myself I could not but by her.
And so, have I a noble father lost, a sister driven into desperate terms, whose worth, if praise may go back again, stood challenged on the mount of all the age for her perfections. But my revenge will come.
Break not your sleeps for that. You must not think that we are made of stuff so flat and dull that we can let our beard be shook with danger and think it past now. You shortly shall hear more. How now, what news?
A letter, my lord, from Hamlet, this to your majesty.
Hamlet? Who brought it?
Sailors, they say, my lord. I saw them not.
Laertes, you shall hear it. Leave us. By and mighty, you shall know I am set naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow shall I beg leave to see your kingly eyes, when I shall, first asking your pardon thereunto, recount the occasion of my sudden and more strange return. Hamlet, what should this mean? Are all the rest come back? Or is it some abuse and no such thing?
I am lost in it, my lord. But let him come. It warms the very sickness in my heart that I shall live and tell him to his teeth. Thus didst thou!
If it be so, Laertes, will you be ruled by me?
Aye, my lord, so you will not o'errule me to a peace.
To thine own peace. If he be now returned, is checking at his voyage, and that he means no more to undertake it, I will work him to an exploit, now ripe in my device, where he shall not choose but fall. And for his death, no wind of blame shall breathe, but even his mother shall uncharge the practice and call it accident.
My lord, I will be ruled. The rather, if you could devise it so that I might be the organ.
It falls right. You have been talked of since your travels much, and that in Hamlet's hearing for a quality wherein they say you shine. Your sum of parts did not together pluck such envy from him as did that one.
What part is that, my lord?
2 months since, here was a gentleman. He made confession of you that he did, and gave you such a masterly report for art and exercise in your defense, and for your rapier most especially. And he cried out, 'twould be a sight indeed if one could match it. This report of his did Hamlet so envenom with his envy that he could nothing do but wish and beg your sudden coming o'er to play with it. What would you undertake now, good Laertes, to show yourself your father's son, indeed more than words?
To cut his throat in the church.
This place indeed should murder sanctuarize. Revenge should have no bounds. But good Laertes, will you do this? Keep close within your chamber. Hamlet returned shall know you are come home. We'll put on those shall praise your excellence, and set a double varnish on the fame was given you, bring you in fine together, and wager on your heads. He being remiss, most generous and free from all contriving, will not peruse the foils. So with ease or a little shuffling, You may choose a foil, unbaited, and in a pass of practice, requite him for your father.
I will do it. And for that purpose, I'll anoint my sword. I bought an unction of a mountebank, so mortal that, but dip a knife in it, where it draws blood. No cataclysm so rare, collected from all simples that have virtue to the moon, can save the thing from death that is but scratched withal. I'll touch my point with this contagion that, if I gather him slightly, it may be death.
Let's further think of this. If this should fail, this plan should have a back. I'll make a solemn wager on your cunnings. I have. When in your motion you are hot and dry, as make your bouts more violent to that end, and that he calls for drink, I'll have prepared him a chalice for the nonce, whereon but sipping. If he by chance escape your venom stuck, our purpose may hold there. Oh now, sweet drink.
One woe doth tread upon another's heel, so quickly follow. Your sister's drowned, Laertes.
Drowned? Oh. Where?
There is a willow grows aslant a brook, that shows its hoar leaves in the glassy stream. There with fantastic garlands she did come. There on the pendant boughs, her coronet weeds clamoring to hang. An envious sliver broke, when down her weedy trophies and herself fell into the weeping brook. Her clothes spread wide, and mermaid-like, a while they bore her up, which time she chanted snatches of old tunes, as one incapable of her own distress. Soon, though, her garments heavy with their drink, pulled the poor wretch from her melodious lay to muddy death.
Alas then, she's drowned. Too much of water hast thou, poor Ophelia. Therefore forbid my tears. Adieu. I have a speech of fire. The fame would blaze! But that this foaming doubts it!
Let's follow, Gertrude. How much I had to do to calm his rage, now fear I this will give it start again. Therefore, let's follow.
Christian burial that willfully seeks her own salvation?
I tell thee she is, therefore make her grave straight.
How can that be? Unless she drowned herself in her own defense.
Why, 'tis found so.
Well, therein lies the point. If I drown myself wittingly, it argues an act. And an act has three branches. It is to act, to do, and to perform. Argyle. She drowned herself wittingly.
Nay, do you hear yourself?
Give me leave. Here lies the water, good. There stands the man, good. If the man go to the water and drown himself, willy-nilly, he goes, mark you that. But if the water come to him and drown him, then he drown himself not. Argyle, he who is not guilty of his own death, shortens not his own life.
Will you hear the truth on it? If she had not been a gentle woman, she would not be buried out a Christian burial.
Oh, there, thou sayest. And more's the pity that great folk should have continence in this world to drown or to hang themselves. Barely even Christian. I'll give you my spade. There were no ancient gentlemen save for gardeners, ditchers, and grave makers. They held up Adam's profession.
Was he a gentleman?
Well, he was the first who ever bore arms.
Why, he had none?
What? Not a heathen. How dost thou understand the scriptures? The scriptures say that Adam did. Could he dig without arms? I'll put another question to thee. What is he that builds stronger than the shipwright, the mason, or the carpenter?
The gallows maker! For that frame outlives 1,000 tenants!
I like thee but well, in good faith. The gallows does well, but how does it well? It does well to those who do ill. Now, thou does ill to say that the gallows are built stronger than the church. Argyle, the gallows may do well to thee. When you're asked this question again, say, a grave maker. The houses he builds last till doomsday. Oh, go fetch me a scoop of liquor. Oh, in youth, when I did love, methought 'twas very straight to contract though the time out for all me behold. Oh, methought there was nothing meet.
This fellow have no feeling of his business that he sings at grave making. Custom hath made it in him a property of easiness. 'Tis even so. The hand of little employment hath the daintier sense.
But age with its stealing steps hath clawed me in its clutch and shipped me into the land as if I'd never been such.
That skull had a tongue in it and could sing once. How the knave jowls it to the ground like it was the jawbone of Cain that did the first murder. This might be the pate of a politician that the knave now overreaches, one that might circumvent God, might it not?
It might, my lord.
Or of a courtier, who might say, "Good morrow, sweet lord. Good day, good lord." Or this might be my lord, such a one, who praised my lord, such a one's horse, when he meant to beg it, might it not?
Aye, my lord.
I will speak to this fellow. Whose grave is this, sirrah?
Mine, sir. Oh, a bit of clay for to be made for such a guest as meet.
I believe it is thine, sir, for thou liest in it.
Well, thou lie out on it, sir. Therefore, it is not yours. For my part, I do not lie in't, and yet it is mine.
Thou do liest in't, sir, to be in't and say it is thine. 'Tis for the dead, not for the quick, therefore thou liest.
'Tis a quick lie, sir. Twill away again from me to you.
What man dost thou dig it for?
For no man, sir.
For what woman, then?
For none neither.
Who's to be buried?
Well, one that was a woman, sir, but rest her so, she's dead.
How absolute the knave is. We must speak by the card, or equivocation will undo us. How long hast thou been a grave maker?
Well, of all the days of the year, I came to the day that young Hamlet was born. He that is mad and sent off to England.
Aye, marry, why was he sent to England?
Because he's mad. He should recover his wits there, or if he does not, 'tis no great matter there.
Why?
Well, 'twill not be noticed there. There the men are all as mad as he.
How came he mad?
Very strangely, they say.
How strangely?
Faith, ain't a losing his wits.
Upon what ground?
What? Him in Denmark? Well, I've been a sexton here, man and boy, for 30 years.
How long will a man lie in the earth ere he rots?
Oh, faith, if he not be rotten before he dies, some 8 years, 9 years. Here's a skull. Mad fellow. Who do you think it was?
Nay, I know not.
Pestilence on him for a mad rogue. He poured a flagon of rubbish on my head one night. This skull, sir, was Yorick's skull, the king's jester.
This.
Even so.
Let me see. Horatio. Fellow of infinite jest, most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times. And now how abhorred in my imagination it is. Here hung the lips I kissed I know not how oft. Where be your jibes now? Your songs? Your flashes of merriment that were wont to set the table on a roar? Not one to mock your own grinning? Prithee, tell me one thing, Horatio.
What's that, my lord?
Dost thou think that Alexander looked to this fashion in the earth?
E'en so.
Smelt so. Ugh.
E'en so, my lord.
To what base uses we may return, Horatio. Soft, aside a while. Here comes the king, the queen, and the courtiers. Who is this they follow? And with such maimed rites?
This doth betoken the corpse they followed did with desperate hand fordo its own life.
'Twas of some estate. Couch we a while and mark.
What ceremony else? Her obsequies have been as far enlarged as we have warranty. Her death was doubtful, and but that great command o'ersways the order. She should in ground unsanctified have lodged.
Must there no more be done?
No more be done.
There in the earth. From her varied and polluted flesh, whereby did spring. I tell thee, churlish priest, a ministering angel shall my sister be, when thou liest howling.
What the fair Ophelia?
Sweets to the sweet, farewell. I hope thou shouldst have been my Hamlet's wife. I thought thy bride bed to have decked, sweet maid, and not have strewn thy grave.
Oh, trouble, fall 10 times trouble on that cursed head, whose wicked deed the most ingenious sense deprived thee of. Hold up the earth a while, till I have caught her once more in mine arms. Now pound your dust upon the quick and dead, till of this flat a mountain you have made, to o'ertop old Pelion with a sky shadow blue Olympus.
What is he whose grief bears such an emphasis? Whose phrase of sorrow conjures the wandering stars and makes them stand like wonder-wounded heroes? This is I, Hamlet the Dane!
The devil take thy soul!
No. Blood of my hand! My lord, be quiet! Nay, I will fight with him on this theme, till my eyelids no longer wag.
My son, what theme?
I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers could not with all of their quantity of love make up my sums. Tell me what thou would do!
Oh, he is mad, Laertes!
For love of God, forbear him!
Blood, tell me what thou would do! Would weep? Would fight? Would fast and tear thyself? I'll do it. Hast thou come here to whine? To outface me with leaping in her grave? Be buried quick with her, and so will I. If thou prate of mountains, let them throw 1,000,000 acres on. And if thou mouth, I'll rant as well as thou.
This is mere madness, and that's a while the fit will work on him.
Why do you use me thus? I loved you ever, but it is no matter. Let Hercules himself do as he may. The cat will mew. Dog will have his day.
I pray you, good Horatio, wait upon him. Strengthen your patience in our last night's speech. Will put the matter to the present push. But Gertrude, set some watch o'er your son. His grave shall have a living monument. An hour of quiet shortly shall we see, Till then, impatient, our proceeding be.
So much for this, sir. Now shall you see the other, that which transpired aboard the whilst to England. Up from my cabin, my sea gown scarfed about me, groped I in the dark to find them out. Had my desire, fingered their packet, and in fine returned again to my own room. Making so bold, my fears forgetting manners, to unseal the Grand Commission, where I found, Horatio, O royal knavery, an exact command that on the viewing, without debatement further, should my head be struck off.
Is it possible?
Here's the commission, read it at more leisure, but wilt thou hear how I did proceed?
I beseech you.
Being thus benetted round with villainies, I sat me down and devised a new commission. Wilt thou hear the effect of what I wrote?
I could, my lord.
An earnest conjuration of the king. As England was his faithful tributary, as love between them might like the palm flourish, as peace should still her wheaten garland wear, and stand a comma between their amities, and many other such like asses of great cause, that on the view and knowing of the contents, with no delay further, more or less, he should, the bearers, be put to sudden death.
How was this sealed?
Why, even in that was heaven ordained. I had my father's signet in my purse, which was the very seal of that Danish seal, the very model of the Danish seal. Writ it, folded it up in form of the other, subscribed it, gave it the impression, replaced it, the changeling never known. The next day was our sea fight, and what to that was sequent thou knowest already.
So, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern go to it.
Why, man, they did make love to their employment. They are not near my conscience. Their defeat does by their own insinuation grow.
Why, what a king is this?
It's not required now of me, thinks thee. It's not this villain kills my father, whores my mother. It's not in perfect conscience to quit him. It's not, damnation to let this canker of all our nature grow to further evil.
It must be shortly known to him from England what is the issue of the business there.
It is short. The interim is mine. And a man's life, no more than to save one. But I am sorry, Horatio, that to Laertes I did forget myself. By the very image of my cause do I see the portraiture of his. I'll court his favors. But sure, the bravery of his grief did put me into a towering passion.
Peace, who comes here?
Your lordship is right welcome back to Denmark.
I humbly thank you, sir.
Sweet lord, if your lordship be at leisure, I must impart a thing to you from his majesty.
I will receive it with all diligence of spirit. I pray you, put your bonnet to its right use. 'Tis for the head.
I thank your lordship, but it is very hot.
No, indeed. Believe me, it is very cold. The wind is northerly.
It is indifferent cold, my lord, indeed.
But methinks that it is very hot and sultry for my complexion.
Exceedingly, my lord. It is very sultry, as where I cannot then tell, His Majesty bade me to signify to you that there is a great wager on your head. Sir, this is the matter.
I beseech you to remember.
Nay, no, good, my lord, in good faith. Sir, who newly come to court, Laertes, and believe me, an absolute gentleman, a man of excellent qualities and very soft society and good showing.
What imports the nomination of this gentleman?
Of Laertes?
His purse is empty already, all's golden words spent.
Of him, sir.
Are you ignorant of the excellence of Laertes?
I would not confess to that, sir, lest I compare to him in excellence, though to know a man well were to know himself.
I mean, sir, for his weapon?
What's his weapon?
A rapier and a dagger.
That's two of his weapons, but well.
The king, sir, hath wagered with him that within a dozen passes between you and him, he shall not exceed you 3 hits. He hath laid on 12 for 9, and it should come to immediate trial if your lordship would vouchsafe the answer.
Sir, I will walk in the hall a while. If it please His Majesty, it is the breathing time of day with me. Let the foils be brought. The gentleman willing, and the king hold to his purpose, I will win for him, if I can. If not, I shall gain nothing but my shame and the odd hits.
Shall I redeliver you in so?
To the effect, sir. After what flourish your nature will.
I commend my duty to your lordship.
This lapwing runs away with the shell on his head. You will lose this wager, my lord.
I do not think so. Since he has been in France, I have been in continual practice. I'll win at the odds. Thou wouldst not think, Horatio, how ill all's here with my heart. But it is no matter.
Nay, good, my lord.
Tis but foolery. Tis a kind of gain-giving that might bother a woman.
If your mind dislike anything, obey it. I will forestall their repair hither, and say you are not fit.
Not a whit. We defy prophecy. There is a special providence in the fall of a sparrow. If it be now, 'tis not to come. If it be not to come, then 'tis now. If it be not now, yet it will come. The readiness is all. Since no man knows aught of when he leaves, what is it to leave betimes?
Come, Hamlet, come, and take this hand from me.
Give me your pardon, sir. I've done you wrong, but pardon it, as you are a gentleman. This presence here knows, and thou must needs have heard how I am punished with a sore distraction. That I have done which might your honor, grace, and exception roughly await, I here proclaim was madness. Let my disclaiming from a purposed evil free me so far in your most generous thoughts that I have shot mine arrow over the house and hurt my brother.
I am satisfied in nature. This motive in this case should stir me most to my revenge. But in my terms of honor I stand aloof and will no reconcilement, till by some elder meisters of known honor I have a voice in precedent of peace to keep my name on board. But till that time, I do receive your offered love like love, and will not wrong it.
I embrace it freely, and will a brother's wager frankly play. Come, bring us the foils.
Come, one for me.
Give them the foils, young Osric. Cousin Hamlet, you know the wager.
Very well, my lord. Your grace has laid the odds on the weaker side.
I do not fear it. I have seen you both. But since he is bettered, we have, therefore, odds. Set me the stoups of wine upon that table. The king ducks to Hamlet. Come, begin, and you, the judges, bear a weary eye.
Come, sir.
Come, my lord.
What?
No!
Judgment.
A hit. A very palpable hit.
Stay!
Again.
Give me drink. Hamlet, this pearl is thine. Here's to thy health. Give him the cup.
I'll play this bout first. Set it by a while. Another hit. What say you?
A touch! A touch, I do confess.
Hamlet, come, take my napkin, rub thy brows. The queen carouses to thy fortune, Hamlet.
Good madam.
Gertrude, do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you pardon me.
It is the poisoned cup. It is too late.
I dare not drink yet, madam. By and by.
Come, let me wipe thy face.
My lord, I'll hit him
I
now.
do not think.
And yet 'tis almost against my conscience.
Come, Laertes, for the third. You do but dally. I pray you, pass with your best violence. I fear you make a wanton of me.
Say you so? Ooh, come on.
Nothing. Neither way.
How about you now?
They are incensed!
They bleed on both sides. How is it, my lord?
Why is it what come to my own husband? I am justly killed with my own treachery.
How does the queen?
She swoons to see them bleed.
No. No, the drink. The drink, oh my dear Hamlet. The drink. The drink, I'm poisoned.
Villainy! Let the dogs be locked! Treachery, seek it out!
It is here, Hamlet. Hamlet, thou art slain. No medicine in the world can do thee good. In thee there is not half an hour of life. The treacherous instrument is in thy hand, unpainted and envenomed. Foul practice hath turned itself on me, lo. Here I lie never to rise again. Thy mother's poisoned. I can no more. The king's to blame.
The point. Envenom too. Then venom to thy work! Oh! Drink, you poison, murderous, damned Dane! Is thy union here? Follow the queen!
He is justly served. It is a poison, tempered by himself. Exchange forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet. Mine and my father's that come not upon thee, nor thine on me.
Let heaven make you free of it. Oh, I'll follow thee. I'm dead, Horatio. Wretched queen, adieu. Ah! Thou livest. Report me and my cause aright. to the yet unknowing world.
Oh, never believe it. I'm more an antique Roman than a Dane. Here's yet some liquor left.
If thou art a man, give me the cup. Let go! I say I'll have it. Oh, Horatio. What a wounded name. Things standing thus unknown I leave behind me. Thou didst ever hold me in thy heart, absent thee from felicity a while. And in this harsh world, draw thy breath in pain to tell my story. Die, Horatio.
The ambassador from England has arrived.
Potent poison quite overthrows my spirit. Cannot live to hear the news from England. Tell him of the occurrence, more or less, which have solicited. The rest is silence.
Now cracks a noble heart.
Where is this sight?
What is it ye would see? If aught of woe or wonder, cease your search.
The sight is dismal. And our affairs from England have come too late. The ears are census that should give us hearing. To tell that his commandment is fulfilled, that Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. Where should we have our thanks?
Not from his mouth had the ability of life to thank you. He never gave commandment for their death. But now, so please, give order that these bodies high on the stage be placed to the view, and let me speak to the yet unknowing world of how these things came about. So shall you hear of carnal, bloody, and unnatural acts of accidental judgments, casual slaughters, and deaths put on by cunning and forced cause, and in this upshot, purposes mistook, fallen on the inventors as reeds. All this can I truly deliver. Good night, sweet prince. And flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.